man, I'm back with another video, but tonight, wherever you at, man, I got Spider-Man versus Deku. AKA, you know, Midoriya, my hero. Death battle. There's been a lot of talk of the town, you know what I'm saying? People been, Deku go win, Bro, Spider-Man gonna whoop this nigga ass. Let's go ahead and get into it, bro. We gonna watch the whole video too. We about to get the lowdown on the stats, man. The lowdown on the stats, everything that they got. Let's go ahead and get into it, bro.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right, let's take this
Original
from the
video
top again.
is in the description,
this is
of
Peter
course.
Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider.
We all know
and
the story.
For who knows how long, he's been the one and only
We all know the
Spider-Man.
story.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place.
No, a young black teen with the unadulterated swagger, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say the full description, you feel me? You gotta let everybody know who this nigga is, who he really is, you feel me?
In the world, and now he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
So that's how we got
And
that.
you can't forget that classic spider sense.
I always wondered how we got the
warning system that
electric
lets
joints.
Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no Spider-Person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that, trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents! Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its fight than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy.
Speaking of, what happened to bro? Where he at? He good? NPC Miles Morales, he good? He cool? What happened to him? He alright? I hope he ain't do nothing crazy. I ain't heard about bro in like, it's been a minute.
Though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Lenophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts.
Of course,
he survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of it.
Oh, gee, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light-speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. a blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's getting kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The King of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit.
See, bro, they
this
fuck
super
with
rare and tough
Miles,
metal
bro.
can absorb kinetic energy and
They weren't fucking
vibrational
with Pete.
impacts.
They
It
weren't
helps to
fucking with Pete
regulate
like that,
Miles's
bro.
venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff
Damn.
is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one
But
of the
the nigga
big
world
players
got
of the
blew up,
Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other Spider
I
variants
know
to defend.
I know I seem kind of late to say that, but like the nigga world got blew up and he had to come to a whole nother universe just to live, my nigga, with his family. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy. What?
The multiverse.
What?
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
This is true. This is true.
But what is a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was no one more synonymous with the word than their symbol of peace. All Might.
The big numeral.
Also, if you've seen in the top right, it say spoilers. It say spoilers. I already knew going in, and you know I already heard about what the end is supposed to be. I'm cool on it. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna piss me off. That's really gonna piss me off that I went on this full long ass journey for this nigga to just do what I was doing at 17. What the fuck?
Uno, with a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win
16,
any fight,
17.
no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing.
What in God's name made All Might think this kid can do it? Because he didn't have one too and he got gifted it? I guess. You know what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, look at this nigga, bro. Look at his arms. You seen his arms?
This power allows
Look at
him
his
to
arms.
boost his
You seen
strength
his
to
arms? Look at his hand. Hand gone.
incredible heights,
Fingers gone. Like, bro, this nigga ain't got it. This nigga ain't got it.
using it for smashing attacks named after specific
But they
US
kept going.
locales, and does soccer club.
Look at him
Or
now, I guess.
football, as they call it.
Straight
Putting my
punches,
fries in my
spikes,
bag, I
even
guess.
finger flicks. One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow on accident.
So
Too
is
bad
this
it
nigga
wasn't
just
the
working
only
with
thing he
PTSD
destroyed,
now?
though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One For All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself.
Christ.
Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits,
especially to see it play out,
to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also
I'm not talking like I know y'all listening.
Control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen lets him create a smokescreen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smoke screen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in
Nigga just farting.
After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound.
Damn.
And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia.
What?
He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege, Shigaraki, couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the
I
entire
didn't know he had that last power,
weighed
bro.
on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school.
I guess.
If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
How?
All with the help of his friends.
He lost his
For
power,
so long
though.
as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need,
How you do that?
Everyone can be a hero.
How you do those? How you came back? With armor?
Hello, it's me, store-bought Benjamin.
By way of armor? Let's get to murder. Let's get to murdering. Let's get to killing. I want to see somebody die. Murdering, man. York, New City. York, New City with it.
Huh? Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
He ain't even doing nothing, Miles. Just leave him alone.
Care to show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First lesson, don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Why? See why he swing on it.
Let's try that one more time. Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that.
You bogus shooter?
Oh, mierda.
Damn. Really old York City. All right.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out. Because I always do my
Nigga,
best.
is you finna throw this shit at me? What the fuck? Must not know who the fuck I am, boy. Okay. These niggas is fighting for absolutely no reason, but, you know.
I gotta do my own thing.
Gotta do his own thing. NPC Miles Morales. Okay.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Quirk.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
His suit has shock absorption.
You just hit him with the
not
Kame?
nullification. So, it's got a limit.
So do you, though. Okay. Okay.
Go beyond. Ultra!
You serious? Oh yeah, that nigga turned into a nuke. Ain't no way Deku surviving that, right? Right? He's surviving a nuke to the face?
Spider-Man,
He probably did.
you really are the ultimate.
So that was just super nuke. He just blew himself up?
Vaya con Dios.
Wait. We ended this shit with the nigga just committing suicide? What the fuck was that? No, bro. Yo. Y'all missed with this one. Y'all missed that. That don't make sense. The nigga just blew up. Miles just blew the fuck up. That's what you telling me. Okay, bro. All right. Whatever, nigga. Explain why this nigga was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'ma kill myself.
Matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The Spider Sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than Danger Sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fa-Jin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles.
Explain why this nigga turned into an atomic bomb.
Contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One For All is all about.
When Deku defeated All For One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all, so the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All For One was still over 600 times stronger than vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One For All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what
So
Deku
this
could
nigga's
dish out.
suit is the reason this nigga turned into a goddamn nuke.
And immense strength that
That's
made
what we
him the
saying.
winning hero.
And the
We saying that Miles lost because he's wearing a vibranium suit. That's what we breaking it down to. Miles loses because he's wearing a suit made of vibranium, and the vibranium backfired or some shit and blew up. What are we talking about, bro? Man, look, if y'all like the video, I guess. Whatever, man. They video in the description. Go like they shit. Subscribe to them. There's some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, man. Bye. It's shit. This was some vibranium suit, because he had a vibranium suit. He blew up. Okay. All right.